morning, Barbara. Trying to get this set up where it is. So my room here is the designated Zoom room for everybody now. So my daughter was in here yesterday doing her call, and I'm not sure where she had the laptop, but everything was all moved around. So I'm trying to get it all lined back up again. What I probably ought to do is put down some tape or something to mark where it should be, so I don't have to fuss with it every morning, or something. I'll figure it out. It's not such a big deal, I guess. All right. Well, happy. Oh gosh, Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. Okay. Here we are, almost at the end of the week again. Amazing. Um, yeah. Time passes. So I was reading a little article about that. This idea of how the days sort of blend together when there isn't a lot going on. Right? Every day is very similar to the other days because we don't have a lot of. Most of us don't have a lot of things scheduled, and that's it makes time like pass quickly, but also pass kind of slowly at times. So it's again this kind of expansion and contraction of time, um, which is largely our perception, right? I mean, obviously time isn't really slowing down or speeding up. It's just our take on that. Um, so, uh, and I guess what the point the article was trying to make was that um, our perception of all these things is what it is, right? But um, everything really is the same, right? Even though we feel like things have changed a great deal. Hi, Susan, and hi, Dora. Um, they really are the same. So we still just get up in the morning and start our day. We may have kind of less of a grasp on what that day might entail. Um, and certainly it seems like our weeks are a little more in flux than maybe in times past. But again, we wake up in the morning and we start the day. And that is what matters, right? What happens that day. Not and in some ways we've gotten a little more focus on that, right? Um, we are living perhaps a little more in the moment than ever before. We've been forced to sort of become that. Um, it's very easy to discount the day when we have big plans coming up, right? If we have long-term plans, say, oh, I've got this thing coming up in 6 months, I'm going on this trip or I'm doing this, we might tend to really um, live in that moment, right? We're planning all of these things. Well, when this happens, I'm going to do this and that. And we're really living in another space. We've already kind of given up on our present moment, and we are putting all of our hope and our faith in that future time. Well, uh, this has changed that, right? There isn't a lot of long-term plans in the future, or if there are, they're very tentative, right? They're very subject to change, and we've seen how a lot of our plans had to be moved around. Um, that uncertainty. So I think what we need to remember is that uncertainty has always been there. We just didn't want to see it. We probably, depending on how, stable our lives have been, we didn't have to see it, right? We could make plans and see them through without any difficulty. Um, that is perhaps not the case right now. And it may not be the case for a little bit yet. Um, but this is maybe not so much a tragedy as a reality, right? This is the reality for many people in the world forever, right? And it always has been. Um, there is always an uncertainty, even if we don't see it, even if we haven't been affected by it, that uncertainty is there. So rather than be thrown by that, maybe what we want to do is focus more on the present. Right? What can we do today? Right? There is a quote by Buddha, which is, we all we have is this day, and what you do with it is the most important thing of all. Right? Much more than whatever plans you might be making for a week from now, 6 months from now, next year I'll be doing this. Maybe, or maybe not. But what are you going to do today? This maybe now is the most important thing. And we've talked about this before. The little things you do day to day make the real difference in our lives. Much more so than the big plans that we make that may or may not be able to come true. But what are you going to do today? What are the little steps that you're going to take? So I was thinking about this with talking about stuff with my kids and everything. And that's something that we've always tried to really stress with our children is it's very good to have dreams, have big dreams, but what are you going to do to get there? Right? You want this and you want that. You want all these these things, these maybe material possessions or ways of life, but there are steps that you must take to get there. What are the steps? And once you identified them, what step can you take today? And it works for everybody, right? It's not just a thing for kids, it's for everybody who wants to get somewhere. There is a path. And rather than, we're never going to get teleported to where we want to go. We're going to have to walk. You can't even usually drive a car. You really have to walk, right? It is not, sometimes you get a shortcut, right? Sometimes someone will give you a ride and help you along your way. But it's just you walking, and it takes some time. But so if you've ever taken a long walk to somewhere, I love walking places because it gives me a little time to think. Right? When I'm in the car and I'm driving or whatever, things happen so fast, and maybe you get to your destination and you're not even prepared. You're not even ready. You're just like, what? I wasn't paying attention and I'm here already. Okay, and that's not always the best deal at all. So don't begrudge yourself the journey. That journey is preparing you for the end result. Um, it's giving you time to think. It's giving you time to decide. Right? Is this really where I want to go? Maybe I want to take this side road. I don't know. So wherever it is you're going, focus on today. And then tomorrow, focus on tomorrow. Right? All of those days add up. And before you know it, we are where you wanted to be. So Stay in the moment. This, pandemic, all of these things that we have to go through here, it's not a bad reminder of this impermanence. Nothing lasts. Nothing will stay the same. Everything will change. Make your long-term plans, but focus more on today and tomorrow. Right? Walk through it, and you will get there. Right? So we say that you don't need to see the top of the staircase to just start going up the stairs. Right? All you need to see is that next step. So we'll get there. It's just sometimes it doesn't feel that much like it. But that's where our faith comes in, right? Knowing that, and we know this, right? I don't mean sort of blind faith. I mean faith in our experience, right? We know if you're doing the right thing, you're going to get where you want to be, right? So this, and this, right? This equals 4, right? It always will equal 4. So if you do the work, you're going to get the good result. So we'll just keep doing it. All right. So as you go through your practice, try to keep that focus on what we are doing right now. Don't if you feel yourself wandering, thinking about the end of the practice or something like that, just bring it back, and try to stay just in the moment, right? Right. Really focused on what we are doing today. Shoulders back, relaxed. Breathing in through the nose, back out through the nose. Chin down toward the chest. Then moving the head around. One way and the other. Back to center, lean forward. Moving around with the body. One direction and then the other. Come back up to your seat. Bring your arms wide. For a deep breath in, exhale, hands together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Interlace the fingers, lift the hands. Set your gaze up, and then arms down by your side. Inhale, lift. Lower. Lift. And lower. Once more, lifting up. Bring the right arm down, reach across. And then switch. Moving back up. Lift the shoulders, roll back. forward. Right hand on your left knee, left arm behind you. Sit up tall. Deep breath and a twist. Back to center. Switch sides. And back to your center. Walk the hands out. And then hands a little bit behind you, fingers pointing away from the body. We'll squeeze the shoulders together, gaze up. Back to your seat, tabletop. Sitting back into child's pose, maybe stack the fists to rest your forehead. You can always use a block here too, if you have one. Moving back up. Tabletop, a few sets of cat-cow. Lowering the belly, lift the head, reverse that. And then sitting back on the heels. Back up to tabletop, then downward dog. Walk it out a little. And then step the feet up to the hands. We'll be here to fold. Rising up slowly. Standing tall, deep breath in and out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back with the right, drop your knee, arms overhead. Hands to the mat, moving back, downward dog. Inhale, moving forward to high plank, and then lower down. Lift, head and chest, lower, lift, and lower. One more, lift, and lower. Moving back up, tabletop to downward dog. Take one more breath in. Then we're going to step right foot up. Set your knee down, arms overhead. Hands to the mat. Back foot steps up. Fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Back to mountain. Breath in and out. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, left foot steps back. Drop your knee, arms overhead. Hands to the mat, stepping back. Downward dog. Moving forward, high plank, and lower. Lift on your inhale, head and chest. Lower. Inhale, lift. Lower. Lift. And lower. Moving back up. Tabletop, then downward dog. One more deep breath in. Then we're stepping the left foot up. Drop your knee, arms overhead. And hands down to the mat. Back foot steps up. Fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Hands back to your side. Breath in and breath out. Mat has moved again. Okay. So up at the top, inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, stepping back with the left. Press down and rise up. Warrior one. One more breath. Moving on to warrior two. Right arm extends, left arm behind. Relax the shoulders. Breathe. On an inhale, we're going to flip the right hand, lift it high. And then the right arm rest down here on the thigh. Pull that left shoulder back. Left arm lifts. Back up. Take a breath here. And then drop the hands. Straighten your knee. Turn your foot. So we're facing the side of the mat. Take a deep breath here. Relax your shoulders. And then folding forward. Let that upper body be heavy, just kind of dragging everything down. You can bring hands down wherever you want them to be. Weight is in the front part of the feet, so the heels may be feeling kind of light here. Just keep breathing. And then if you've got hands to the mat, we're going to bring the right hand to center. If you're up here, then maybe just bring hands to your hips. We're going to turn. So we're pressing down that right hand, turning the shoulders, maybe lift the left arm. Back to center, switch. Inhale and then exhale as you twist. Back to center. Hands back to the waist, rise up. Breath in and breath out. Then we're going to turn, so we're facing the front of the mat. Right foot is out, left foot behind. Interlace the fingers. Draw the shoulders together. Take a breath and then fold forward. Let's release the hands down on the mat, right? So you might have a pretty good bend in the knee here to reach the mat. That's fine. We're going to start to shift the weight into the right side. So that left foot is not so necessary, and then we can lift it up. Easier said than done, right? So just see wherever you are with that today. Maybe a little lift, maybe a pretty big one. I don't know. See what works. And if you need to set the foot back down, then just try again. And then just going to bring the back foot to meet the front, and let's stay in a fold for a couple of breaths. Then rising up, arms overhead. Back to mountain. Breath in and out. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, right foot steps back. Pressing down and rising up. Arms overhead. Warrior one. Moving to warrior two. Left arm extends. Right arm behind. Relax the shoulders. So we're not lifting up by the ears. We're relaxing. And notice, what's that back hand doing? Maybe it's down here, or maybe it's over there somewhere. Inhale, flip, left hand, lift it up, right arm by your side. Take another breath. And then we're going to bring that left arm down. Pull the right shoulder back, right arm lifts. And back up. Just for a breath. Release the hands. Turn the foot. So facing the side of the mat again. Deep breath and fold. Hands to the waist, using that leg strength. Help lift your body up. And then walk the feet in. So shoulder width or thereabouts for your squat, hands together. Deep breath, bend the knees, lowering down. Nice and upright if you can. If you get down here. Keep on breathing. Moving back up. Hands by your side. Facing front of the mat, we've got left leg out, right leg behind. Interlace the fingers, shoulders back. Take a deep breath and fold. Release your hands down to the mat. We're shifting the weight into the left side so that we don't really need that right foot too much. We're going to lift it up. And breathe. So, feel free to play around with that. See how your balance is doing. You can lift it high or low. Doesn't matter that much, right? Just see what works today. And then bring that foot back down. So feet are together. We're in a fold. Then rising up, arms overhead, and back to mountain. Breath in and breath out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back, stepping back. Downward dog. Come on forward to high plank. And lower. Head turns right. Arms by your side. Head back to center. Let's bring the arms out in front. So we've got one forearm resting on top of the other. You want to have some space, right? So you don't want to have this like right under your chest or anything. You really want to extend the arms as much as you can so that when you set your head down, really just the forehead is resting on your arms. So we're going to kind of stick that head to the arms, and then we're going to lift all of that up as one unit, lift the legs, and breathe. Lower down, head turns left, arms by your side. Head to center. Coming up tabletop, child's pose. Tabletop downward dog. Step your feet up and make your way down to a seat. Soles of the feet together. Sitting up tall. Deep breath. Fold forward. Back up, both legs out in front. Arms lift, take a deep breath, fold forward. Coming back up. Let's bend the right knee. Well, let's do some foot movement first. So pointing the toe and then pulling the foot back. So we're pressing forward, pulling back. And as you're pressing forward, try not to point the toes, right? You see how like the toes sort of crunch down? We don't want to do that. We want to pull the toes back, press the balls of the feet forward. Right? You feel that there's a difference when you do that. You can feel it, right? We're working more into the foot and less into that sort of top of the toes and whatnot. You're also less likely to get a foot cramp if you're not pointing the toes per se. And then let's move in some circles. So you can go however you want, both feet the same direction or opposite directions. Seems like I always do it like this. I don't know. A few rotations one way, and then just whichever way you're doing it, reverse it to the opposite. Great. And then bend the right knee. We're going to set that foot as close to the body as you can get, sitting up nice and tall. And then lower the knee out to the side. We're going to bring right foot close to the thigh. Sitting up tall, take a deep breath. And then we're folding over the left leg, reaching down for the foot. Or the ankle, whatever you are reaching here, we're just going to fold. Moving back up. Let's switch around. So right leg is long. We're drawing that left leg close to the body. Couple of breaths, and then drop the knee down. We've got the foot close to the right leg. Deep breath in, fold forward. Back up, both legs out in front. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold. Moving back up. Bend your knees. Soles of the feet to the mat. Lowering down. Or rocking back. Take a moment or two to just get comfortable here. Make sure everything feels supported and not pinchy or uncomfortable. Bringing the right ankle on top of the left knee. You might be just staying here if that hip is tight. Otherwise, we can draw left thigh in closer to the body. Interlace the fingers behind the thigh. And breathe. You can always extend the leg here. If you want to make this a little harder, I don't know. If you feel like you need to work a little harder, hey, I don't know, maybe you do. And then rest that foot down. We're going to switch around. So same thing on the other side. And then set both feet down to the mat. Here you can do supported bridge or regular bridge. I'm going to do supported bridge today. If you got a block, good for supported bridge. If not, you just do regular bridge and just don't hold it maybe as long. Or you could do a couple shorter regular bridges as well. So lifting up, either holding here or find a place for the block. Rest back down and breathe. And if you want to add to it, you can always bring your knees in, bring the hands by your side so you feel a little stable here. Bring the knees in, you can extend the legs. Lots of options. You can extend the legs long. Sometimes that's a great feeling. Rising up then, just remove the block if you have one. Soles of the feet together, knees apart. Feel that flattening through the lower back. Knees back to center. Let's walk the feet to the outer edges of the mat. And the knees bump together in the center. Goalpost arms or arms out to a T. Keeping the shoulders stable here. We're going to take a breath in and then lower both knees over to the right. Back to center, moving both knees to the left. Back to center. Hug the knees into the chest, rock a little side to side. And then hands by the side, extend the legs long. And you can begin lowering one leg and then the other, or both legs together. Whatever you want, just finding a place to be comfortable on the mat. And keep breathing. So if you are able to relax, that is a really important talent, right? A lot of times we hold ourselves very tight, and maybe we only relax when we're getting ready to sleep. Sometimes we can't even relax then. So see if you can consciously kind of scan through everywhere in the body. See if there are places you can relax even more. Imagine the body just sinking down onto the mat. Moving a bit, fingers and toes, hands and feet, bringing movement back into the body. And then when you're ready, making your way up to a seat. We'll bring our hands together for a deep breath in and a slow breath out. Thank you for taking time this morning for yoga and for sharing it with me. I hope you have a really good Thursday. Namaste. Thank you for coming to yoga. I'm going to move right into meditation. So find a comfortable seat, whatever that is for you. Closing your eyes, relaxing the shoulders, beginning to focus on that space within, watching the thoughts and images come and go, not getting attached to them, just staying in that space between. Okay. So coming back to awareness, take a few breaths, and there you go. Yoga and meditation for the day. All right, so enjoy your Thursday. Go out and make it a good day. I'll be back tomorrow.